Hi everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. My name is Sarah Pinder. I'm the Resource Services Manager, and I'll be leading our webinar today. We are going to go ahead and get started. We have a lot to get through in 30 minutes. As you can see, I've stopped the PowerPoint on the slide about a really neat opportunity that I don't want people to miss out on. We have partnered with a national organization called Points of Light, who's bringing their conference, annual conference, to Detroit this summer, June 27, 28, and 29. And it's one of the largest conferences in the country on volunteerism and service. And Michigan Nonprofit Association has been able to work with them to offer a really great discounted rate and offer that ability for MNA members to attend for only $75, which is a huge discount compared to what they usually charge, which is about between $400 and $700. So we encourage everyone to take a look at that opportunity. And we'll go ahead and get started on the webinar today. First of all, I want to say welcome to all of you new members, and just get excited about today's webinar. You're going to see all the member benefits that are available and how to access them. That's really the purpose of today's webinar. The other purpose is to give you a connection point at MNA, so if you do have further questions or need information or resources, you know a couple people that you can reach out to here. We all are happy to help when members reach out. And just know that we're going to go through things quite quickly on today's webinar. So again, the idea is that you get kind of a sense of where things are. Maybe you don't remember it all, but you kind of remember that MNA offers it and then can go back to it later when you need those specific resources. I am joined by a coworker on the phone, Terry Streetman. He is helping out with our questions and any technical difficulties we run into today. So feel free to use the questions box or the chat function or the raise hand function. And Terry will help you out. It's also Terry's birthday today, so happy birthday to Terry. And again, welcome to the webinar. We are recording the webinar, so if you'd like to share it with anyone else within your organization, or if you couldn't join us today, I will send out the webinar recording. So as you can see on your screen, MNA was incorporated in 1990. We serve more than 850 member organizations throughout the state. And we do that through capacity building, civic engagement, and public policy. All things you'll learn more about today throughout the webinar. As I mentioned, one of the purposes of today's webinar is to give you a connecting point within Michigan Nonprofit Association. My picture is shown there on the right. Terry, who I just mentioned, is in the middle, and then Bill Gesseman is our Director of Stakeholder Engagement and also deals with or stakeholder engagement is another name for membership. So those are three people on the stakeholder engagement team. Again, feel free to reach out to us, and I'll show you where to find our contact information on the website. As I mentioned in the beginning, one of the ways we serve the nonprofit sector is through public policy and advocacy. You can see that we have three main issues that we talk about in this work, and they're tax policy, budget and spending, and public and private collaborations. Our coworker Joan Bowman, Senior Director of Public Affairs and Communication, was unable to be on the webinar today because she's actually in Washington, D.C. doing some work on public policy and advocacy. So if you're interested in learning more about policy, I'll show you where to find that information on the website. But also feel free to reach out to Joan. She loves to talk about public policy and advocacy, and she is certainly the person you would contact here to have those discussions. So now I'm going to get off PowerPoint and take you right to the MNA website. Hopefully you've been on there at least a little bit thus far, but that is where you can access all of your member benefits. So it is where we will spend the majority of our time today. And I will go ahead and show that to you. So there it is, Michigan Nonprofit Association homepage. As you can see, the conference announcement is right there on the front page again, which would link to more information. So I do want to encourage you, when you first come to the Michigan Nonprofit Association website, to go ahead to the top right corner and click Member Login. This is going to give you the most access to the website, and if you log in right at the beginning, then you won't be bothered with it when you're cruising around the website and trying to get access to your benefits. So I'm putting my username and password in on that page. If you didn't see it, sorry, under the member login, it does have a request your password and request your username link. If you have not gotten those items after signing up, you can certainly follow those links and it will help create that for you. I do want to mention that your MNA membership is an organization-wide membership, so benefits and products and services and the resources MNA provides would apply to anyone in your organization. That includes staff. It also includes board members. So you can really decide internally how you'd like to handle that. You can have one username and login, username and password, and share that among your staff who you'd like to have access to the benefits. Or you can set up multiple logins, which can be done with our assistance or on this web page. So as you can see, when you log in, you're on a member dashboard. This has lots of quick links to all different areas that you may need. One in particular on the left, MNA member discount codes. That is something people are looking for a lot to get money off or good deals on events and happenings, so check that out. There's also edit your login profile, so you may want to log in there and change your username and password to something that you'll remember, and that makes it that much easier to log into our site and get all the benefits of membership. So there are some great quick links when you first log into the member dashboard. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start from the right-hand side of the site because we will spend most of our time on the left-hand side over in the membership tab. But I really quickly want to point a few things out, so I'm going to kind of start from the right-hand side and work back. On the far right side, the tab is Who We Are. Underneath there, one of the menus is Staff. So I'm going to click on the Staff page. This is where I had mentioned you can find contact information, email, and phone number for anyone within our organization. So again, Bill, Terry, and I are listed on there, but if you want to reach out to someone else or you think someone else might be able to help you more, certainly just look for their contact information here. I'd encourage you to do it that way versus sometimes our main phone line is a little bit tricky to get through, so I would just encourage you to call someone directly. If they're not the right person, they will certainly get you to the person that is to help you out with your question. Again, further under that Who We Are tab is one called Get Connected. This is a great place to visit. What it has here is links to all the different ways you can connect with MNA. So our social media accounts, we are on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. We also do have a blog. So if you're interested in following us on any of those outlets, please do that. Also, you can sign up for our newsletters. Our My Nonprofit News comes out every other Friday morning and is our most general newsletter, including trends in the sector, updates on events and happenings, important member information, etc. So I'd encourage you to get signed up for that. Again, anyone in your organization can sign up for that, or even people you might know that maybe aren't members yet. That's certainly open to anyone. Also, as I mentioned, we do have a lot of work going on in public policy, so I'd encourage you to sign up for the action alerts. And these are a little different. They don't come out on a regular scheduled basis, but they only come out when we request actual action from the nonprofit sector. So a really interesting way to stay up to date with public policy and learn more about that. You can also sign up for the Michigan Nonprofit Job Center email, which we'll talk a little bit more about the Job Center today, but if you're looking to hire or maybe even looking for a new opportunity, that's a really great email to be on. So visit Get Connected under Who We Are for more information on how to connect with MNA on lots of different items. So I'm going to go over again to the left. Highway T is a program affiliate of Michigan Nonprofit Association. They offer managed care service for technology. That basically means they offer as a help desk and a support with clients that may be looking to update their system, maybe their server internally, or how their staff accesses IT resources throughout the organization. They're great guys and would be happy to help you with your technology needs. So feel free to check out Highway T if you're interested or in need of that service. So one of the ways that Michigan Nonprofit Association serves the nonprofit sector is through Civic Engagement. That's the third tab from the left, which is where I am now. And as you can see, we have a few different programs within Civic Engagement that are really unique, and they allow Michigan Nonprofit Association the opportunity to offer service opportunities and ways for people to be civically engaged throughout their lifetime. This starts with a program that we have here called the League Michigan. The League works with educators in the K-12 system and help them incorporate service learning activities and curriculum into their daily classroom activities. The other program we run is called Michigan Campus Compact, and they work with universities and colleges around the state, which again help to connect college-age students with service opportunities. We also offer a few different national service programs. We actually have a cohort of about 35 national service volunteers at organizations throughout the state of Michigan that help build capacity within those organizations and create great opportunities for service-related activities in the community that they're serving in. And we also host Volunteer Centers of Michigan Network, which is, again, all the volunteer centers in the state, and they are working together to bring volunteer opportunities to people, mostly in their adult life. So really through those various projects, you can be involved with volunteerism and service through MNA for your entire life. So a really unique program that we have. So the tab over again toward the left of Civic Engagement is Research and Publications. MNA has some great publications that are available, and as you can see by clicking on that, the first one listed is the Michigan Nonprofit Management Manual. As Terry could attest to, this is one of my favorite MNA benefits and publications to talk about. It is a manual. It's about 600 pages long, so it's meant to be used like that and not read cover to cover. It is an awesome must-have guide for anyone in nonprofit management, whether you're a new executive director or just need to refer to things every once in a while. It's really great information. We do sell them on our website. You, as members, would receive a price of $75. Non-members are $95. And again, you can purchase it right from the website. So if you're interested in learning more about that, check out the Management Manual. It is absolutely the first thing that I pull off my shelf and refer to when I get a member question. So it's something I feel confident people would use very frequently. Below that is the 2014 Michigan Nonprofit Compensation and Benefits Report. So this is a really great project that MNA does every 2 years. We will be releasing one in late fall of 2016. But we put a survey report out to members and non-members alike throughout the state and asked them all kinds of questions on what they pay their employees, what kinds of benefits or added fringe things that they get. And then we're able to take the survey data and compile it into this really great report that provides data on 76 different common nonprofit positions. And what you see in the report is data broken down by region, data broken down by subsector and position. So for instance, if you are an art-serving organization in Southeast Michigan and you need to hire a development director, you could find that information and see what peers and other organizations that fit those criteria are paying people. What it does is it gives executive directors, gives board members the tools you need to really make competitive salary and compensation packages when you're looking to post a position, which of course finding great talent is one huge need for the nonprofit sector. So check that out if you're interested. It is a discounted rate for members at $50. Non-members pay $130. So below that is a publication we just recently released called An Introduction to Working in Michigan's Nonprofit Sector. This is really meant to be for those people that maybe aren't sure about the nonprofit sector or what opportunities are out there and may just be thinking about a career there. So it can be purchased from our website for $10. And it's a really great guide, including some personal stories from those folks working in the nonprofit field. But check that out if you're interested. We also have various free publications. You can see toward the bottom, we have our 25th anniversary report. 25th anniversary was in 2015, so we're excited about that. And a few other reports that people have, that some vistas and other people have done within our organization. Links is a member benefit. It's a quarterly publication that comes out, and it's based on, each issue has a different topic that is covered. Our new one just came out, I think, a week ago, so you probably would have seen that in the mail. If not, you'll receive the one in the summer. But it can be accessed via our website with your member login information if you want to share a digital copy with anyone else in your organization. But that is a member-only benefit, so non-members that's not available to. But really great information written by experts in the sector. Also underneath there, we partner with a group of organizations around the state of Michigan called Management Support Organizations. And we've launched this initiative of the Nonprofit Good Practice Guide. This is another great website. The resources on the website are available for free. And they basically provide different templates and tools and articles on different challenges or topics that nonprofits may be looking to learn a little bit more about. So check out the Nonprofit Good Practice Guide. You can also Google that and it will come up, or you can link to it from our site. Principles and Practices is another great, really basic document for nonprofits in Michigan, and you can download the copies there. It's kind of threefold. There is an assessment tool. Also, there's a checklist, which is a really great thing to go through as a new organization or maybe an established organization that just wants to make sure they have all their ducks in a row. And you can download those from our website. Also, in the area of nonprofit advocacy, we have the Michigan Primer available free for download. It's a great 101 guide if you're interested in nonprofit advocacy, and we all should be, and a great place to start and learn a little bit more about what you're allowed to do, what you're not allowed to do, and how you might go about doing it. And also, if you happen to be on the call today and you haven't started your organization, or if you're just starting out, you might download Starting a Tax-Exempt Nonprofit in Michigan, which gives some great information for nonprofit startups. So again, I'm just going to continue toward the left under Public Policy and Advocacy tab. There is some great information here. If you scroll down and click Michigan Nonprofit Caucus, you can see the different people. This is a bipartisan and bicameral group, which means it's Republicans and Democrats from both the House and the Senate. And you can see who represents the nonprofit sector there in Michigan. Also, if you continue scrolling down, you'll see the 2015-16 legislative agenda. This is a bit more information on kind of our agenda for this year. And you can see there's 5 really target areas. So again, spend a little time on the Public Policy and Advocacy tab if you're looking to learn a bit more about that. If you're in the Detroit area, you might be interested in checking out the Southeast Michigan Public Policy Council. They do a lot of great work with the support of MNA, and it may be something you're interested in learning more about or getting involved with. So now we've hit where we're going to spend the rest of our time today under the Membership tab. So under Membership, I mentioned the Nonprofit Job Center briefly. So this is a really great resource. Again, if you're in an organization and you're the HR manager, or if you're looking to hire someone, or if you know someone or you personally are looking for new opportunities, the Job Center is twofold. It is a website that posts all of our current opportunities that you can access at any time. Also, I mentioned the Job Center email, and that comes out every single week with new job opportunities that are posted from nonprofits throughout the state of Michigan. That's what makes this Job Center really unique. It's all nonprofit jobs, and it's all based in Michigan, so it really helps you narrow down your search. As an organizational member, you have the opportunity to post at a discount. You can post for 30 days for $75, which includes your logo, as opposed to that would cost a non-member $139. So again, keep the Job Center in mind. It's one of our best used resources on the website. The website receives about 18,000 hits a month. So it's a really awesome way to reach out and find that really great talent. You can see down toward the bottom, I'm going to click on current postings, and you'll see, if you scroll down, all the current postings. And you're able now with our new website to sort them by categories, so that's a new feature. Make sure when you get to the bottom that you click over to the next page, because there are multiple pages of listings. So again, under Membership, I'm going to click on Nonprofit Resources, and this is where you would come anytime you want to access your member benefits. It's going to take you to the member benefits directly. So you can see at the top, we always have a featured benefit. This right now happens to be verified volunteers. If anyone on the call does background check for volunteers, this is a great way to do that. They offer a 20% discount for members, but the really unique thing about verified volunteers is the service you're able to share. So if you and, say you're with the Girl Scouts, and also there's a hospital in the community that takes verified volunteers, you can have one background check for the volunteer and share it amongst different community organizations. So really interesting. I'll show you where to learn a little bit more about verified volunteers, or you can reach out to the contact there. His name is Troy, and get more information directly from him. So scrolling down under fundraising and finance support, one of our largest member benefits is free access to Grantstation. Grantstation is a grants database, and it's searchable. So I'm going to click through to it. Now you can find Grantstation on Google, but in order to get the free access to it, you must come through our Michigan Nonprofit Association website and access it that way. Now you can see we're on Grantstation, and over to the left under search is where you'll want to go. Search for U.S. grants. There's a few different databases to choose from. I usually choose the U.S. charitable giving. And then I also choose the advanced search. It just gives you the most options on how to do that, to search for the opportunities you're looking for. So I like to choose with a geographic focus and scroll down and make that Michigan. Maybe I select areas of interest. I'm going to choose arts, culture, and humanities. You can see how many options there are and how you can really narrow down your search. And then you can select different types of support. So I'm going to click just general support, and I'm going to hit find funders. Sometimes this can take a few minutes. Today it's working quite quickly, actually. And as you can see from that, I got 68 total records. So what I might want to do is go in and narrow down my search criteria so that I don't have to look through all 68 records, but that's up to you. So I'm going to click on one of the records and just show you real quick all of the great information they give. So the contact information is at the top, the primary contact, total annual giving, grant range, etc., areas of interest, types of support, lots of different information. So it's really a gold mine for people who are looking for new grant opportunities. I will point out toward the top here, there's this button called Tour. I'd click on that. That will give you a few different easy-to-watch web videos that will explain better how to use their search functions and how to make it work best for you. Also, on the left, they have some great educational opportunities under this right tab, and you will see that they break it down by different sections of the grant and tell you exactly how you should write them, or not maybe exactly how you should write them, but give you some great tips. And so if you've never written a grant before, you just need a refresher. This is a really great place to get good information. So that's Grantstation. Again, it's one of the biggest member benefits you have. It's worth about $700 a year if you were able to, or if you had to purchase that on your own. So I'd encourage you to look into Grantstation to get the most out of your membership. Also under that, we have the Foundation Directory, which is available at a discount. This is actually a PDF document or a paper directory of all the Michigan foundations. That is available for $75 to members instead of $90, so check that out. This series, Finance Unlocked for Nonprofits, is a 6-part video series from our friends out in Washington Nonprofit Association. And they created this video series to introduce people to nonprofit finance, maybe board members, maybe new staff members. And it's actually pretty entertaining because it's done with a nonprofit, or excuse me, a CPA, but also an improv actor. You can also receive discounts on credit card processing from Card Connect. Scrolling down to the next session, discounted or free education. If you click on discounted or free events, it'll take you to our events calendar. I encourage you to look at the events calendar periodically or stay tuned to the e-newsletters. This is where all the different nonprofit events that are available are open and you can read more about. So you can link to that from a few different places on the website. The free webinar archive, we'll post today's webinar there. We also post some of the other webinars so you can see if you're interested in learning more about some of the benefits, or for instance, there's one on a grant seeking calendar. I did mention verified volunteers. Here's that webinar so you can learn more by watching that. But check out the recorded webinars and you can watch them anytime it works with your schedule. Also, another great benefit we have is the Nonprofit Risk Management Center. This is a partnership that we've set up to help nonprofits do just that, manage their risk. Again, I'm clicking through to this resource. It's a couple clicks, just like Grantstation. But once you get in through the MNA website, you'll have free access to the Nonprofit Risk Management Center. So they do offer a portal here to ask questions, which is a really great opportunity. They also have webinars, including recorded webinars that you can access. And the one thing I really like to point out is the My Risk Management policies over here on the left. So when you click that, you can see that members can receive custom risk management policies for $29 instead of $179. So I always encourage people, if you're creating a new policy, think how much staff time and or volunteer time that takes and consider coming here first. But you can scroll down, and if you click here on their policy list, you can see the different examples that they have. So everything from a behavior policy, a camera phone policy, confidentiality, conflict of interest, the list goes on and on. So check that out, and you may find what you're looking for on the Nonprofit Risk Management Center. I'm going to go back to our website under Nonprofit Resources and continue to scroll down in that free and discounted education. We also have a partnership with MindEdge. This is an online learning portal. You receive 10% off on all trainings through your MNA membership. And as you can see, there's lots of different options, everything from budgeting to capital campaigns, fundraising, etc. So again, really great opportunity to do some online learning. It's on your schedule, and a great benefit to pass along to the staff in your organization, as they can all take advantage of that and offer some great professional development for people that are on staff in your organization. So we also have a document library, which you can look there. There's lots of different topics, one section on communications, volunteer management, etc. So check out the samples that are available on the volunteer library, or excuse me, on the document library. All Campus offers a few different higher education discounts, another great thing to pass along to staff. Principles and Practices for Good Governance is a free publication you can receive from our partners at Independent Sector. So check that out if you're interested. Another great benchmarking document for things in your organization. The Nonprofit Management Manual we've talked about, as well as Links Magazine. And another really exciting benefit that we've just recently launched is a partnership with the University of Michigan Dearborn that is offering 20% off a tuition and fees for employees of MNA members. So this is, like I said, brand new, but it's something really exciting if you have staff that are interested in maybe obtaining a degree or a higher education degree. Check that out. It's a really unique opportunity. Again, we've already talked about under Managing HR, the Nonprofit Job Center, the Compensation and Benefits Report. One of our newer benefits is called Constellation Hr. It's a performance and management compensation system. So if you're looking, if you're in an organization that needs to do a lot of employee reviews or manage both employee compensation and how they're performing, this is an online-based system, and it's accessible by anyone in your organization, and you can set up different permissions, etc. But it gives a really unique and easy way to do that. MNA members receive a 10% discount and a 20% discount on setup fees. So check out that information. There's also a few recorded webinars about that system if you're interested in learning more. We did talk about verified volunteers and the My Risk Management Center. We do offer Director and Officer Liability Insurance quotes through Lyman and Chief, so if that's something you need, certainly check that out. I'm continuing to scroll down here under Technology. The Nonprofit Technology Network, N10, is you receive a free complimentary year of membership with N10. You do have to sign up for that, but you would receive their benefits, which include things like discounts on their training, discounts on posting tech job opportunities with them, and discounts on their conference registration. So if you're the accidental techie in your organization, certainly check out N10. It will help make your life a lot easier. So getting to the bottom of the member benefits chart here, you will want to be familiar with the Consultant and Resource Directory. This is also called the Business Marketplace up in the top menus. But if you're looking for more one-on-one support in specific areas, certainly check out the Business Marketplace. This is where you can search by category and region for businesses that specifically serve nonprofits in the state. They're businesses that have joined MNA as a member, just like you, and really focus on that as part of their service to the nonprofit sector. If you're on the line and you happen to be a business member, also we have a great member benefit for you, which is the nonprofit Rfp Distribution. Or excuse me, the benefit really is for both nonprofits and businesses. Nonprofits can, if you're looking for a new, say a new accounting organization or something like that, or maybe even someone to work on your strategic plan with you, fill out the nonprofit Rfp distribution form, put in the information, and what we'll do, MNA will take that and we'll send that request to any consultants in our directory that fit your description and needs and are also in your area. So it benefits the nonprofits because you only have to do it once, and you can get lots of great quotes from various consultants and businesses. And it benefits the consultant and business members because they're receiving leads on potential clients. There's also a nonprofit member directory. Your organization will be listed in there. So take a minute to click on that and look in there for your organization and see that all the information you want or the information there is correct. And also you can use that if you're looking to maybe partner with other people in your community or look for other organizations around the state that are similar to yours. You can use the search functions to distill some of that. So that is pretty much everything that's accessible through your member benefits. And again, it's all under that membership nonprofit resources page. I did mention earlier in regards to the Nonprofit Good Practice Guide that we work with a group of management support organizations called MSOs for short, and they can also be seen here, the contact information on our website. So again, if you're looking for nonprofit consultants and maybe people to come in and do a board training, etc., strategic plan, I'd encourage you to look at the management support organizations. Great network of organizations throughout the state. Thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you for bearing with me as I went 6 minutes over. There's clearly a lot of information and a lot of resources you can access through the Michigan Nonprofit Association. So again, we thank you for your membership and really encourage you to engage with us, engage with your member benefits, figure out how to access those, and please don't hesitate to reach out if you ever have questions or need additional support. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful day, and welcome to MNA.